Welcome to Whatever Happened to Pizza at McDonald's, an investigative journalism program, or IJP, where I ask the question, whatever happened to the pizza at McDonald's? A proud part of the Panoply Network, a wholly owned subsidiary of Pizzaply Media. I'm your host, Brian Thompson, investigative journalist. Last time on this program, I delved slightly into the world of politics by detailing details about my trip to the White House to lobby lame duck President Joseph Biden regarding executive action on McDonald's pizza matters. This led to an unfortunate bathroom mishap and did not result in the passing of such action as I hoped to influence. However, that does not mean that I am done dealing with political issues. Far from it, in fact, as recent news has seen fit to ensure. This week, it was revealed in local newspapers such as the Washington Post and the New York Times, as well as in major national media outlets such as Reader's Digest, that Vice President Kamala Harris, who is running to be the next president of the United States, has potentially close ties to McDonald's Pizza, as she was once an official employee of the McDonald's Corporation. As I mentioned previously, I had all but given up hope of securing Vice President Harris's support on this matter, as she has made it known her favorite pizza topping is anchovies, which, due to issues with supply chain and the gag reflexes of the general public, have not ever been, and will never be, a featured topping on McDonald's pizza. But now, I am not so sure. According to reports, Vice President Harris worked at McDonald's while attending Washington, D.C.'s Howard University in the mid-1980s, specifically 1982 through 1986. As a journalist bound to neutrality and objectivity by strictly enforced international laws, I am not planning to make any endorsements in this year's United States presidential race. But I will say that it is somewhat refreshing to know that unlike every previous candidate for U.S. president, Vice President Harris did not attend one of the New England area's Ivy League schools, and therefore most likely never was inducted into a secret society by lying nude in a coffin and shouting her darkest secrets into a tape recorder lodged within the skull of Aleister Crowley. Though the fact that the only other viable candidate for president this year was shot dead while screaming about undocumented immigrants at a Pennsylvania campaign rally makes my endorsement one way or the other sort of a moot point. History buffs and calendar enthusiasts will note that the years 1982 through 1986, when Ms. Harris was in college at Howard University, occurred well before the early 1990s, aka the heyday of original recipe McDonald's pizza. So, it is somewhat impossible that Harris ever prepared, served, or took part in the wholesale covering up of the original recipe McDonald's pizza program. But it is possible she participated in one of the McDonald's pizza initiatives that served as precursors to their more perfected product. While original recipe McDonald's pizza is often called McPizza by the ignorant, McPizza more accurately describes two failed test products that appeared in certain markets years prior. One was a kind of pizza-flavored hand pie, similar to a modern Hot Pocket. The other was a small, oval-shaped pizza served in a sleeve. It is this second McPizza variety I believe Vice President Harris may have had a part in serving, for it was test-marketed in the years 1986 and 1987, very close to the time of her employment at McDonald's. It is my deepest hope that if Ms. Harris served even this notably inferior pizza-like product to McDonald's customers with her very own human hands, she would retain some memory of the look of wonder and delight that must have passed across the faces of all those people eager to break out of the hamburger and French fry mold and experiment with a food item somewhat resembling the Italian delicacy known as pizza. If so, then it should be rather easy to convince her of the profound societal benefit of returning the even more popular original recipe McDonald's pizza to the menu, whether by careful and strategic maneuvering within the halls of Congress, firm and decisive executive action, or violent military enforcement, as would be her absolute legal authority in her role as Commander-in-Chief. But first, I would need to confirm that Vice President Harris did indeed work at McDonald's. I trust and admire my journalistic colleagues as a general rule, but it is always prudent to verify any reporting one sees in the newspaper, as hiring standards in this industry have been rather lackluster. Case in point being the many false reports that former President Trump survived being assassinated. So I determined to determine not only whether Miss Harris worked at McDonald's, but at which particular McDonald's she worked. If it is true she worked there while studying at Howard University, it would stand to reason that she would have been employed at a location proximal to said academic institution. According to the Google Maps map service, the closest McDonald's to the Howard University campus is one with the address 2328 Georgia Avenue Northwest in Washington, D.C. I just recently visited this city for the aforementioned White House tour I mentioned afore, and as is my investigatory custom, I stepped into every local McDonald's restaurant to search the floors for pizza crumbs. But I did not recall this location in particular until I pulled up an image of the building itself. While most McDonald's locations today are fashioned in a generic, boxy corporate style reminiscent of every other type of establishment on Earth, longtime McDonald's customers will remember that McDonald's locations used to be typified by their brick walls and their iconic mansard-style roofs. On the rare occasion when a location retains said style of roof, it is a good indication that the building was built some time ago. And indeed, the Georgia Avenue McDonald's in question does retain this style of roof. It is painted blue rather than the classic vintage red, but the structure is unmistakable. Architectural evidence points to this McDonald's having existed in the era of the Vice President's tenure at Howard University. With this information in hand, I moved on to the next step of my investigation. However, this is the point at which my work hit a metaphorical bump in the figurative road. For when I called this location's listed telephone number, I was met with this unpleasant tone. Perhaps this location's telephone fell off the wall and into the fryolator. Perhaps they disconnected service after fielding too many calls about whether or not Vice President Harris used to work there. Perhaps whomever answers the phone there burned away their vocal cords from inhaling too much hot apple pie steam and cannot afford a replacement voice box that can emit sounds more advanced than beeps and or boops. The potential explanations for this tone are many, but thankfully I was able to locate another establishment just across the street that both may employ some employees with valuable information and has a working telephone.
Food corner?
Hello, is this the Food Corner Kebab and Rotisserie?
Yes.
Hello, my name is Brian Thompson. I noticed that your restaurant happens to be across the street from a McDonald's. Is that correct?
Yes.
Is there anybody at your restaurant who has been there since, circa 1986 and perhaps maybe has seen Kamala Harris working at that McDonald's?
No, we've been here since 2009.
Oh, only since 2009. Okay.
Yeah, before it was like 5 guys.
Four or five guys? Do you know which one?
5 guys about before, but I don't know who was.
Okay, so your restaurant was a Five Guys?
No, yeah, we replaced 5 guys in 2009.
Okay, you replaced 5 guys. I'm just writing this down. This is good information. I'm a journalist.
Okay.
In 2009. Okay, thank you very much for that information. I just have one more question. Do you remember when McDonald's served pizza?
Who served pizza?
McDonald's? Do you remember when McDonald's served pizza?
Oh, I don't know. I don't think they serve pizza.
They don't anymore, unfortunately, but Okay. Well, thank you very much for your help.
Yeah, all right, welcome. Thanks.
Goodbye.
Thank you for calling Five Guys Customer Service.
So thank you for calling Five Guys. My name is Martin, who I'm speaking with.
You're speaking with Brian Thompson, the famed investigative journalist.
Hello, Hello, Brian. How is your day going so far?
My day is going quite well, thank you. I am hot on the trail of a new lead in my investigation vis-a-vis McDonald's pizza, whatever happened to it, etc. I was just calling because I was given intelligence that Five Guys used to have a location on Georgia Avenue in Washington, D.C. that was closed down in 2009 and replaced with a kebab restaurant. I was just wondering if you could verify that this is true?
Okay, I'm so sorry, Brian, but while you were talking, the call was breaking up.
Oh,
as you mentioned, you would like to know if the store in Georgia Avenue in Washington, D.C. is still open or closed?
I would like to confirm that it did close in 2009. I know it is not open now, and I believe it was replaced with a kebab restaurant. The reason that I'm asking is because I'm wondering if you could put me in touch with anyone who was perhaps in management at that Five Guys before it closed, specifically around the mid-1980s, circa 1986. I'm wondering if they maybe saw Vice President Kamala Harris working at the McDonald's across the street.
Okay, I understand. So yes, what I can do for you right now, Brian, is to make a report, okay, about your request. So we can try to get in contact with these people, okay? So they can provide you all the information that you need, if that is okay for you.
That is more than okay. That's exactly what I asked for. Thank you.
Absolutely. So right now I'm just going to ask you some questions, okay? So we can give you a call back about this as soon as possible. And my first question to you is, could you please allow me your phone number?
Oh, certainly. I will allow you my phone number. It is 3...
Okay, thank you so much for that. So you said it was 3. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Perfect, thank you. So are you contacting us right now as a guest or as a company?
I am neither a guest nor a company. I'm an investigative journalist, but there's a potential I could become a guest. Would you happen to know if Five Guys is intending to perhaps release some expanded menu items, specifically something pizza related?
Not at the moment, but I can put that on the report, of course.
Okay, please.
If we have that, we can.
Please do. Just add that to my list of questions. Do you plan to release pizza or a pizza-related item?
Got it. Let me just make sure to create the report correctly. As you said, this was on a store that was located in Georgia Avenue in Washington, D.C. Okay. You said that you would like to know if this store, this location, was still open by which year?
I would like to know if it was there prior to the year 2009. Like I said, I was given intelligence that it was closed in the year 2009. And in addition to this, I would like to know if someone who worked at this location prior to 2009, specifically in the mid-1980s, circa 1986, happened to see Vice President Kamala Harris working at the McDonald's across the street. Now, she would not have been vice president then. She would have been a student at Howard University. And I don't know if that would help in your querying.
Oh, okay, got it. Sure. So I thank you so much for that. Okay, I'm putting all this on the report. And as I was mentioning, in case we have any type of information, we will be in contact with you.
Okay, great. I just have one more question in case I need to get in touch with the higher ups in management. Can you give me the names of all Five Guys?
The name of what, sorry?
Of all 5 of the guys in question?
You said all 5 of the what?
Are you driving a car right now? I hear a car horn in the background.
No, it's outside noise. It's outside. Oh,
just outside noise?
Yes.
Okay. I was just asking, could you give me the names of all 5 of the guys from Five Guys? Just in case I need to get in touch with any of them.
No, they don't have like a specific phone number or name that I can provide you right now, to be honest with you.
Okay.
All
Well,
I can do from my position is to create the reports. Yes.
wonderful. Well, I appreciate your honesty. Thank you very much.
Sure, absolutely. So is there anything else that I can help you with right now, Brian?
I do not think so.
Hello?
Oh, hi.
Okay.
Oh.
Thank you, and bye-bye.
Bye-bye to you, too.
Do you know what happened to pizza at McDonald's? Do you remember it? Please send all correspondence to pizza@mcdonalds@gmail.com. To support the show, please join my Patreon at patreon.com/pizza@mcd's for exclusive benefits. And for more information, including links to social media, merchandise opportunities, etc., visit pizza@mcdonalds.com. Thank you to my invaluable Patreon producers:
Solomon Goudsward, Andy McH, Jeffrey Francis Sylvia, Adam Crump, Dan Dreyer, Paulie Egan, Creighton Barrow, Grant Bacon, Andrew Ahmed Rubin, Pam Gabriel, Kimberly King, Brad Allen Thompson, Jay Poop, Thomas Young, Billy Jean, Calvin Thomas, Joe Kajic, Andrew Duffy, Will, Gerald Lewis, Bipolar Biped, Opus Moreski, Jacob Ford, Kyle Tarak, and Laurel Paul. I'm Brian Thompson, investigative journalist.